when you went out, you didn't have to worry about nothing because you were like, I'm going to get my brother.
Yeah. Well, no, honestly, it wasn't even that. Like I was kind of the protector. I'm my brother's keeper.
Okay, so it's the other way around. I'm going to get my sister.
Pretty much. Like I'm my brother's keeper. I'm my uncle's keeper. I'm the more I'm the protector. Like if anything, like I mean, they my protectors, but it's like I don't play when it comes to them. Like we cannot even be talking, but don't talk about my family because then I'm you know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
don't you can't I could talk about them. You know what I'm saying? I could beat up on them, but don't you do that.
So now, Sin, you appeared to be shy. You said you were shy in school, but I know you're very artistic too. You were a dancer. You did some drawing. So that's the creative side of you. I see your creativity in your post. When you make your post, it's very creative, and you know how to do that. Did you go to school for any of that?
As far as my artwork, um, well, I went to IS 59. So IS 59 had well, I could say the art teachers there was amazing. I gravitated to both of my art teachers. It was I think Dr. Carr, no, Mr. Carr, and there was a female teacher. I can't remember her name, but she actually heavily pushed me to do artwork. I mean, it's to the point where I was on the yearbook committee, and I came up with this idea that nobody ever did before because I was like going through all the yearbooks that they ever had, and I was like, nobody never drew the school. Like we always had an actual picture of the school, but nobody ever drew the schools. And this is the school of the arts and science,
Wow.
you know. So when I presented that to my teacher and my principal, they made me head of the committee, and I actually drew the school. So
Wow.
in my yearbook is an actual architectural drawing of my school of my that I did from that I drew myself.
Did you?
So 90% of that yearbook had all my drawings in it. So
Wow.
that's what started me out with drawing. Is her pushing me to do that.
So did you pursue art school after middle and high school?
I tried it. Um, like after junior high school and stuff, like looking at high schools, I was supposed to go. Um, well, high school and stuff, I was supposed to go to the Art Institute of Philly, and I did the whole orientation. My mom went up there with me and stuff, and I guess I was more overwhelmed, and I felt like I wasn't prepared enough because one of the um one of the actual classes was the test. One of the actual orientation tests that you had to do was to actually draw a still life person,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
never did that before. So it was like, and they was looking for specifics, and they was asking for specifics, and I'm like, I never, you know what I'm saying? I never did it, and I didn't even try. I didn't. I honestly, if I can remember, I don't even think I tried. Like,
So let me
so
ask you this. When did you leave New York City?
I left New York. Let's see, I think 2012, 2011, 2012.
What made you leave?
Um, I left because my biological father committed suicide. So
What?
yeah, he passed once he passed and stuff, and then the situation that I was in, like my mom was like, yeah, like, and I wanted to be closer to my mom, and she was already out here, in Texas. So her and my uncle just got a van and drove to New York and packed up everything that we can fit in there and drove back. back
Wow,
to
I'm sorry to
Texas.
hear that. And right now, everybody is so aware about suicide. And I want to say condolences to you because it doesn't matter how long ago it was. I'm sure that's when you were a little girl, right? That was like in 2000 what?
No, he passed in 2011, 2010, 11. So I was in my 20s, you know, um, mid 20s.
And it just caught y'all off guard. No signs of anything. You didn't, it just,
I didn't, I honestly, um, so make a long story short, I really didn't have we was just building our relationship. I met my dad late, whatever, like my biological father. So, I mean, in the mix of me meeting him and stuff and getting to know him, we created a real strong bond, and I wish it was longer than it lasted. And it's just that, you know, some people are, and this is one thing that my aunt told me, some people are more selfish in death than they were in life.
Wow.
You know? And that's how I take it, because when you know you have other people to live for, and you don't think about that, you just think for yourself. That's being selfish, you know. So it is.
Let me ask you this. Knowing what you know now, what would you say to a child that has their parents, but they don't really have a good relationship, like they're not speaking to them, they're ignoring them, especially a parent who might be trying to be in their life? What would you say to them?
Ooh. And what I would say to the kid, well, what I probably would say to the child is, or the kid is, first you got to understand where your parents came from, what they went through. And sometimes it's hard to understand that as a child. You have to, you know, hindsight is 2020. You can only see, you know what I'm saying, what is given to you. You don't really dig in until after you get older, and then you start asking the questions.